All right, cool. So tonight we'll build a thesis together in five simple steps. One, we're gonna explain it to ChatGPT. We're gonna give it that skill to understand what we're trying to accomplish. We're then gonna post the prompt in it that you're gonna get off this. You're gonna be able to grab it from the Zoom chat or off this PowerPoint right here. You're gonna replace the brackets with whatever ticker you want to use tonight, with whatever stock you're trying to do some research on and build that thesis behind. ChatGPT is going to go ahead and build it. And that's going to give us that research layer to start crafting our thesis. And then after that, we still want to verify everything, make sure the sources, the dates, the math, and the assumptions are all correct, and it's pulling from legitimate sources. So again, if you guys have any ticker that you want to pick out, just have that at top of mind. I'm going to use NVIDIA tonight. And in the future, you're going to be able to use these same prompts for any public company moving forward. So, quick question for you guys. Do you create a thesis behind every trade? Yes. So that's me asking you, why are you investing into NVIDIA? Do you have validation? Can you explain to me why you're actually investing into it? Or no, you mostly focus on what could go right or listen to what other people are saying, or sometimes it's kind of here and there. I've done some research, but this is also
True.
me chasing. Let me know in the chat what you guys are. You guys are someone who always creates a thesis, or no, you don't create a thesis?
No.
Nah, you're not someone who creates a thesis,
Nope.
but you're investing, right?
Yep.
I
All
was
right,
going to
cool.
ask you what a thesis is for.
What the thesis is for?
Yeah, but I'm learning.
So cool, cool, cool. All right,
Becoming an ass thing.
let's get
Okay,
to that.
good.
All right. So a thesis replaces a random tip with a reason you can test. So basically, this is the difference between having a thesis and not having a thesis. So investing blindly is my barber says it's going up, so I'm gonna invest into it.
For you.
So who in here was in a invest or was in the barbershop or their hair salon and their barber said something like, "Oh, have you heard about this stock? I'm gonna invest into this. Everybody's talking about this. You can make a whole bunch of money." We've all been there.
Red wine, you came
There's
up
my
with
neighborhood
it.
heard big news. 1 second. Make sure you guys stay on mute. If you don't have anything to say, please. My neighborhood big news. My sister saw it online. Versus investing with a thesis. So you know the evidence, you know what must happen, and you know what proves you wrong. So a tip gives you a ticker. A thesis gives you a decision process. So through tonight, you'll really learn what a thesis is and how to form a thesis on it. But for those of you who don't know and still don't understand, a thesis is basically your reasoning behind why you're investing into that stock. Is there anybody that needs me to clarify what a thesis is more to them? All good? All right, cool, cool, cool. Moving forward. All right, so these are a couple of the words that you're gonna have to understand to work with us tonight. Valuation, estimate of one share may be worth. Catalyst, an event that could change the company's story or investor expectations. Diluted shares, the total number of shares if every possible new share is counted. Multiple, a number that compares the stock price with how much money the company makes. Bull case, the stronger outcome if important things go right. Bear case, the weaker outcome if important things go wrong. Portfolio manager, a professional who decides how a group of investments is managed. You don't need to memorize these. You can ask ChatGPT to explain any term again. As you can see on the left side of my screen, I'm going to show you explain what diluted shares are to me in terms that they stand. So boom. So if you guys are in the Discord on YouTube and anybody talks about something you don't understand, you can drop it into chat and ask it to explain it to you in terms of 5-year old could understand, a 10-year old could understand. If someone in here is into football, you can ask it to explain it in an analogy that involves football terminology. So many different things on how we can use ChatGPT by being an investor. So explaining diluted shares to us. Imagine you have 10 slices of pizza. Right now, you and your friend own all 5 slices. You have 5, your friend has 5. Now imagine your mom cuts the pizza into 20 smaller pizzas. That's like a stock split, right? So you still have pizza, but now you only own 5 out of the 20 slices instead of 5 out of the 10. You didn't lose any pizza, but your pizza, the whole pizza became smaller. This is what diluted shares are. If you guys need me to slow down or break anything down to ChatGPT, feel free to unmute yourself or let me know in the chat as well. But does anybody have any questions about the 7 words that you're going to need to know tonight? Anybody need me to explain in more detail? Cool. Cool. All right. So tonight, I'm going to give you 5 prompts. We're going to be able to turn a ticker into a thesis. So let me see in the chat. Some people said Rocket Lab, DRAM, Tesla, NVIDIA. Cool. Make sure you have that ticker ready. The first one, we're going to do a research fact. We're going to find the rules and the primary sources that we're going to perform a deep research on to pull through a whole bunch of different sources online, their earner reports and the video's actual reports, or whatever ticker you choose, their actual reports. We're going to get all that information with there, and then we're going to move on to a second prompt. That's where we're going to evaluate the company and get the evidence and explain it to us in plain English so we know what's going on and give us the facts. Next, we're going to follow up with another prompt. We're going to debate and get some catalysts on it. See there's bull, bear, and different events that are coming up soon. Then we're going to follow up with risk and value, failure tests, plus the math. And then with step 5, we're going to be able to form our actual thesis and critique it. So we'll actually have that final draft. And at this point, we'll be able to have basically anybody come up to us and ask us, why are we invested into say ticker? And we should be able to explain it confidently why we are invested into it. So 2 things that we also need to know tonight. This is ChatGPT side of things. There are several different tools on ChatGPT. The 2 we're going to be talking about tonight is just a general search, which is as soon as you log on to ChatGPT, this is right here. This is just like a normal Google search versus a deep research. So general search, fast orientation, you're going to answer a focused question quickly, useful for definitions, kind of like we just asked it to explain it to us like we are 5 years old, what diluted shares were. Headlines, basic facts. Helps decide what needs deeper investigation and may provide less context or a weaker source trail. Versus deep research, which you can find by hitting this plus button right here, going down to deep research. And as you can see right there, it says get a detailed report. Now, what using a deep research does is evidence building. So investigates across multiple sources, reads filings, compares claims, and returns citations. Useful for investment thesis and conflicting evidence. Takes longer and still requires human verification. So general search finds a trail, deep research follows it. Do we have any questions yet?
And how did you get to the deep research? Is it a pull down from the plus sign?
Yeah. So when you're signed on to ChatGPT, you'll see the plus button right here.
Okay.
You'll be able to click that button right here, and you'll be able to see all the tools you'll be able to access. So add photos and files, create image, web search, deep research, Gmails, because you can connect several different things to your ChatGPT account. And what we're going to use tonight is the deep research tool.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Yes, how you connect those tools?
How do you connect those tools? So you'll hit this tab button over here. You'll go to plugins, and you'll be able to scroll through everything that you can connect it to. You can see your Google Calendar, Linear, if you guys are familiar with that, Dropbox, Canva, your music, you can get it to create a playlist, Gmail, Calendar, whole bunch of different things.
Thank you.
But deep research is already on ChatGPT, so you'll be able to access it quickly without connecting anything. Any other questions?
Yeah, I came in late. Did you attach that file in chat? I just missed that part. The file you got on the right.
The PowerPoint? No, I did not.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is just for you guys to follow along.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, KG? All right, cool.
What's going on?
So ChatGPT is a conversation, not a truth machine. Countless times, especially having an AI business now where I teach people how to use AI. I've taught a lot of classes in this Discord, and a lot of people come to me asking how they can use it to trade. Now, I'm gonna say it as brutally honest as I possibly can. ChatGPT cannot trade for you. ChatGPT can help you, but it should never be the final decision maker. When you're getting in and out of a trade, investing in certain things, it's only a tool to assist you, um, and coming up with your thesis and what we're basically trying to teach you tonight. So it's just another tool out there that's going to be able to help you, but you are the person who has to say at the end of the day, being that it is your money. So right here, ChatGPT is a conversation, not a truth machine. Number one, you provide a goal, useful context in the format you want. ChatGPT then returns a draft answer based on your instructions and available information. Step three, you decide. This is what I was saying. What to verify, what to question, and what to ask next. So a confident answer can still be wrong. Your job is to keep asking and checking. All right, cool. So what we're going to do is, for those of you working along with me, I'm going to drop in the Zoom chat. Go ahead, copy and paste that right here in your chat. I'll give you guys some time to do that. And as you guys can see on my screen, I'm going to remove ticker. And tonight I'm going to be going with NVIDIA. And then once you have the deep research selected, you copy and pasted this prompt from the Zoom chat. You're going to replace that ticker with whatever ticker you want. And we're going to go ahead and send the prompt. And I'm gonna give you guys some time to do this. You'll see this screen pop up here, right here. This is just verifying that this is what you want to happen, and we're gonna go ahead and start. Is there anybody having trouble performing that?
Yeah, I couldn't get that.
Got you. You couldn't get the deep research, or you couldn't get the prompt.
Couldn't get the prompt.
All right. Do you see in the chat here on Zoom?
Yeah, I can't scroll it though.
I'll go ahead and pin it. You'll
Wait,
just
hold
have
on.
to. Yeah, you should just have to copy and paste.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody else have any issues? Ali, please stop drawing on my screen.
Isaiah, I'm on my phone right now because for some reason my Discord is frozen when I tried to sign into the meeting.
Yeah.
So I can't really
Oh,
see
good.
or
I'll make
copy and
sure.
paste it, but I'm trying to sign in again through my
Yeah.
laptop.
All good. Feel free anybody who's having trouble, feel free to just follow along with me tonight. I'm gonna
Okay,
make the
thanks.
recording available, and I'll also upload the slides as well. So you can just use the slides and copy and paste it off here. That way,
Okay, nice.
moving forward, anytime you guys are ever about to get into an investment, or if you hear about a new ticker, you'll be able to go through these 5 prompts and create a thesis.
Okay, good. Thank you.
For sure. All right, cool. Now, for those of you who actually had success getting this prompt pasted into ChatGPT, you'll see it takes some time. There's the researches that can sometimes take as little as 5 minutes, and some that can take 1 or 2 hours. Sometimes even more. It depends how in depth you wanted to search. But in this case, I prepared for this, so I already sent this prompt earlier. Now, what I want you guys to do is on ChatGPT, I would like you guys to create a project folder. So we're going to hit that plus button right there. We're going to say creating a thesis and create project. And boom, now we have a project folder. And I'm going to drag this chat in here. And Here I already performed the prompt earlier before class, and this took me about, nope, that's not right. Right here. All right, cool. So as you guys can see, it took me 8 minutes and went through 21 citations and 156 different searches. All I did earlier before class was copy this prompt, replace ticker with NVIDIA, and it was able to perform a deep research for me. Give me a full executive summary, gave me a source pack, just like we asked it to, some cross sort readout, and a whole bunch of information. Feel free to go ahead and read that or don't. I recommend if you're going to invest into it, you want to make sure you're educated on what you're trying to get into. But 1 second. All right, cool. So now that we have this, I'm going to read out the prompt real quick. So you are a skeptical investment research assistant. So we're giving it the actual role. Research ticker for education, not personalized investment advice. Use a 12 to 18-month horizon. Build a primary source pack from the latest Form 10K annual report, Form 10Q quarterly report, a couple other reports. For each source, provide its date, reporting period, direct link, and why it matters. Label claims as verdict fact, management claim, inference, assumption, or unknown. Flag stale or conflicting data. Never invent a number or give a buy or sell recommendation. This is very important. What it should have returned was the primary source pack, which we did get, which was right here. The direct links and dates, which are right here. So we're able to go on and verify that. SEC.gov is pretty legit, right? So evidence labels, unknowns, and then what we still want to check, we want to make sure that it actually went through with NVIDIA, which we can see it actually did. Links opens, latest filings, and it didn't invent any numbers. So as long as we have that, we're golden. Any questions on how to create a project folder and how to get our prompt inside of there? The reason we create a project folder is because, as you can see on the left side of my screen, there are a million different chats that you guys are going to start, and it can get pretty messy pretty quick. So to keep everything organized, we created this folder over here, and we have our prompt over here. Go ahead and delete that other one. All right, and then cool. If anybody's not sticking with me, just let me know in the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and we'll get you taken care of. So we're going to stay in one chat just so each prompt can remember the last. We're going to continue the conversation by having the first prompt. We're going to prompt 2 using the source pack from prompt 1. We're going to recall that with our next prompt. And we're going to continue to follow up. We're going to explain gross margin more simply or do certain things like that if there's something that we don't understand. If we start a completely new chat, ChatGPT will no longer have that earlier source pack unless you paste it again or unless we copy and paste this into the project files. But for the sake of simplicity for tonight's class, we're going to just remain in the same chat, and you guys can just remain in the same chat moving forward in your future. What you can do is rename your project folder or just keep it creating a thesis. And then for every single chat that we have in there, we can just rename it to whatever ticker we're doing the research for. So you got NVIDIA, Hood, Google, Amazon, Rocket Lab, all these different stocks that you're investing into. All right, cool. So prompt 2. Now what we're going to do, right here, you'll see we're going to use deep research. The reason we use deep research for the first prompt is because we're gathering all the reliable sources versus prompt 2. We're just going to use the standard chat because we're turning this whole research pack that we just did into a beginner explanation because if you guys read this, it will likely be confusing, especially if you guys are a beginner investor. So what we're going to do is follow up with, again, I'm going to paste this in the chat for those of you following along with me. I'm going to paste it here on GPT, replace ticker with NVIDIA, and we're going to say, using only the source pack from prompt 1, explain NVIDIA to a complete beginner. Cover how the company makes money, its main products, and business segments. Important customers, revenue growth, margins, cash flow, cash, debt, and diluted share count. Then create a short evidence table with source, fact, and why it matters, bullish or bearish or mixed, and missing information. Cite every material fact and translate financial terms into plain English. So send that over and we'll wait for that to finish. What this should return is the business explained simply, key facts plus citations, evidence table, and gaps. And then once we get it back, we're going to make sure it speaks in plain English, units plus periods, and citations and supported claims. So we'll give it a second to load.
So is all of this in the deep research section?
So no, the initial prompt was deep research, but the next is just going to be a standard chat. And once you guys use this PowerPoint to do this again, you'll be able to see in the top right, once you use deep research and once you use a standard chat. So what is it? All right, so it's all good. So what NVIDIA actually does in plain English, correctly, is NVIDIA designs specialized computer chips that are extremely good at handling large amounts of data in parallel. How NVIDIA makes money, data center, gaming, professional visualization, automotive, and embedded. Main products is its hardware, GPUs, software, who buys from NVIDIA, key customers, cloud providers, large tech companies, revenue growth, verified fact, broad trend, inference, unknown, potential, margins, cash flow, cash debt, and balance sheet, diluted share count. So it's explaining all these different things to us, which is pretty cool. Evidence table, what is was supposed to give back based on our prompt. So we're looking good. And then what we need from the actual source fact, bottom line, non-investment framing. So right here, what we did, it wasn't able to pull from the complete fact, but it was able to use the information that I learned from this deep research so far. What NVIDIA, who NVIDIA is, and was able to explain it to us in plain English. Again, for the sake of time, I'm just kind of floating through this. But if you're actually trying to form your thesis, you're going to want to take the time to sit there and read all this and break it down. Not the initial deep research, but this second prompt, which took all this information and made it digestible for us. We're going to want to sit there and read through all of that so we actually understand it. And I want to let you guys know, short follow-ups are often better than giant prompts, especially for beginners. So we can say simple things like explain that like I've never invested before. Show me the source for that number. Which part are you least confident about? Turn this answer into a simple table. Or what evidence would prove this wrong? You're allowed to interrupt. You're allowed to correct, simplify, and redirect ChatGPT. And we can do something like that by saying this right here. You can send that. And then say we have a typo or something like that, we can hit the stop button, go back, edit our message, and decide we actually want to ask this here instead. And boom, we can send that over. Any questions so far? Cool. So next, we're going to build a market debate of both cases and the catalyst. So as always, we're going to copy our prompt right here. I'm going to drop it in the Zoom chat. I'm going to go over here, place the ticker with NVIDIA. We're going to send that over. So using the verified evidence already in the conversation, explain the central investment debate for NVIDIA. Build the strongest bull case and bear case around the same business mechanism. Include what investors may expect, what could be misunderstood, supporting and contradicting evidence, unverified assumptions, and 3 catalysts over the next 12 to 18 months. For each catalyst, give the event, approximate timing, metric to watch, bullish result, and bearish result. Do not claim certainty about what is priced in. What it should return was a central debate, bear and bull case, and catalysts and contradictions. and it went ahead and gave us that central debate, gave us the strongest bull case, gave us the strongest bear case, and it should give us a catalyst, which should be right here. So cool. So it's doing everything we wanted to so far. Again, as always, we're actually gonna want to read this. You guys should be going into every investment unbiased. It's your money at the end of the day. So you hear about a new company, you should have no opinion on it before you actually do the research yourself. And this is where creating your thesis comes into play. And this is why you want the bull side of things and the bear side of things. Whichever one sounds better to you is the one you want to roll with. So confident Reddit is not proof. Link check everything. We want to make sure the sources are correct. We want to make sure they're reliable sources that we may have heard of in the past. iPhone, yeah, we're gonna drop this recording into Discord. Number check, the units, currency, and reporting period match. Date check is the information current for the period being discussed, and unknown check. Did ChatGPT admit what it could not verify, which we asked it in the initial prompt. So yeah, another key thing to remember, if you can never open a source that it gives you, treat the claim as unverified. So cool. Next, we are going to perform another deep research. So we're going to copy this prompt. I'll send it over here in the Zoom chat. Place this with NVIDIA. And this is set to be a deep research. So what I'm going to do is hit this plus button, like deep research, and we will go ahead and send this off. Now, as you guys seen, my previous one took 8 minutes. So this can take a decent amount of time, as I stated. So we'll get this started. We'll get this rolling. And by the time this returns, it should give us a risk and invalidation rules, one bear, base, and bull table, plain English formula for us to easily understand. And what we're going to check is the live price, the labeled inputs, the math spot check, and assumptions are not facts. And then while we wait for this, going over a couple of things, we're gonna make ChatGPT show us work before we actually trust the number itself. So we can do certain things like ask for the calculations, tell it to give us a formula, how the answer was calculated, assumptions, which inputs are facts versus guesses, units, dollars, percentage, millions, or billions, timestamp everything. So when the price or financial date was captured. That way, if it gives us a certain price, we can go back and backtest that. Uh, it's great to go through and double check ChatGPT's work and recalculate at least one of the scenarios yourself. If one number is wrong, pause and investigate the rest. Artificial intelligence can calculate quickly, but it can also calculate the wrong inputs very quickly. So while this works on the back end, you guys can see it already went through 41 different searches. Does anybody have any questions? You can see it, check nvidia.com, sec.gov, finance.yahoo. Outside of this project right here, does anybody have any AI related questions or market related questions?
Hey Isaiah, this is a FYI. I found the back way to connect Claude to my trading view and give it real time feed on my charts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just if you want to do that, something like that.
Go ahead and connect with me offline, and we can hop on a call either this weekend or this upcoming week, and we can check it out.
All right.
Any other questions or any comments or statements? Is anybody working alongside me and performing this on their own ticker?
Yes, I am.
Are you finding success with it?
I will need time to read it. I'm doing Marvel,
Got you.
MRVL. Yeah.
Got you. You gotta let me know in the off-topic chat if it's working out for you or not. Jonathan, is you?
He's on his end. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
back.
there we go.
I'm back. I don't know what happened. Let me make sure. You guys hear me?
Yes.
All right,
Yes,
cool.
Yes.
sir.
Let me make sure the class is still recording. All right, cool. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera off just in case I'm lagging and that doesn't happen again. But thank you, the one, for stepping up with that. Well, before I left, someone had a question, I believe.
Yeah, I got stuck on the part, where you put the prompt in, because I'm doing Lyft, because I've been interested in that long term for a while.
Yeah.
When you get to the part where it loads after you put your prompt in and it has the circles, do you just let it finish gathering all the information, or can you select something? Because I'm not getting what you get.
You mean this
Yeah,
right here?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not getting. It'll load, but it'll give me totally different information, not really what I'm looking for
Yeah. Can you
as
send
far
me
as.
a screenshot in the chat?
Yeah.
Wait on that. And then while you do that, I'm gonna run and grab a charger from my laptop real quick. All right, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I am
Perfect.
clipping it now. It just actually finished. It took a pretty good while.
The cool thing about this, one, if it does take a while, at least you know it's actually taking its time to do the research. As again, this
Mhm.
is our money, so it's pretty important. But we can also
Mhm.
multitask in the background while this is working. So one, you can send this prompt over while it's doing this deep research. Go ahead, go make dinner, do laundry, do whatever you gotta do. Or you can just start a new chat and start working on a different project.
Okay, I put it in the chat, and you see how the result is on top. It's backwards, but while it's working, and then it gives me the research report, but I don't get
Yeah.
all the extra stuff. Oh, yes, I did. I
So
did.
yeah,
I
it's
got
cool.
it this.
Yeah. Just think of that as a loading screen. That's just giving you a quick rundown of what it's looking into. But once that finishes, you'll be able to see everything that I was able to see.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
For sure. Any other questions?
So basically, prompt 1 and prompt 4 were deep research, and 2 and 3 were general
Yeah. So
research.
once you get this PowerPoint, you'll be
Mhm.
able to see in the top right where it says deep research. Slide
Okay.
prompt 2, it says standard. Prompt 3, it says standard. Prompt 4, it says deep research. And then when we get to prompt 5, it's going to be a standard chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And then once we get to prompt 5, what that's going to look like is we're actually going to write the thesis, then make ChatGPT attack it. So using everything in this conversation, write the final ticker, thesis in one sentence, and one beginner-friendly paragraph. Include the horizon, expected view, different view, strongest evidence, valuation range, catalyst, risks, and validation conditions, and unknowns. Then act as a skeptical portfolio manager and critique it for unsupported claims, hidden assumptions, stale data, missing risks, weak catalysts, flexible invalidation, and valuation bias. End with 3 unanswered questions and a 1 to 10 evidence quality score. Do not give a buy or sell recommendation because that is what we are going to come up with at the end. David, you asked how you can access the Google Slides. I'm going to share the Google Slides in the Discord along with the recording. Yeah, Sam, all the prompts are inside of the Zoom chat already. Um, if you can't access them now, you're going to be able to access them off the slide that I upload to the Discord.
Can you please paste the prompt?
Which one?
This prompt in the chat.
The prompt for?
The last one.
The last one, I'll post it once I get to it.
Oh, are you still on number 4?
I'm still, yeah, it's still number 4.
Oh,
As you
okay.
can see on the left side of my
My
screen,
bad.
it's still doing the deep research. Okay, okay. All right. What we basically, I'm still gonna work through the project, just gonna work ahead a little bit. So we got something to talk about in the meantime. So 5 prompts, 5 human checks, one repeatable process. So the 5 prompts we did tonight were research fact, company evidence, debate and catalyst, risk plus value, what we're currently on right now. And then we're gonna get the thesis and critique. And it looks like that deep research just finished. So it gave us all of that, gave us our little chart. And again, I want you guys actually reading through that. But we're gonna go ahead and send our 5th prompt over and replace that ticker with NVIDIA and send that over. Cool. Now, while that works, back to this. So we have our 5 prompts, the 5 human checks. Open the source, check the date, check the number, challenge the assumption, define what proves you wrong. Choose another ticker tomorrow and repeat the same conversation. You guys can be doing this for your whole entire portfolio, so you actually understand what is in your portfolio, and you're not just holding on to a loser because someone that you've seen online called it out, and you feel you should be stuck to it, or your barber, your neighbor, your brother, your sister. Actually have your own thesis behind every single position you are in. So cool. Prompt 5 finished, and this is what we got with the final thesis. 1 sentence thesis over the next 12 to 18 months. The NVIDIA thesis is that continued AI infrastructure spending, high margins, strong cash generation, and successful varied Rubin commercialization could support earning growth in a rough 147 to 327 per share PE scenario range. It's a very long single sentence. That's crazy. Beginner friendly paragraphs so we can all understand, especially as retail traders just starting out. Skeptical portfolio manager critique gives us a view from both sides. Stale and non-comparable data, missing risks that we could follow up with. Weak catalyst, valuation bias, 3 unanswered questions. And then this is where we can go in, follow up, and we can actually begin to start forming our own thesis by having a simple conversation with ChatGPT. Because at the end of the day, don't ever feel overwhelmed by AI. AI is nothing more than a Google search that's a little bit smarter. So just start brain dumping and talking to it just like you would talk to anybody else. So cool. That is the 5 prompts that we went through tonight. Again, make sure you check it, double check it, and triple check it before you actually start investing yourself. But that is how you can start forming your own thesis with ChatGPT.
Excuse me, I have a question.
You didn't, excuse me, the 5th
Yeah,
prompt was not pasted in the chat.
you're right. Let me get that sent over to the chat real quick just for you.
Thank you.
Of course. You caught me with that one. All right, what's up, Ernest?
No, it's the same question about the 5th prompt.
Got you. All right, cool. So for the past couple of months, we've been hosting full AI classes inside of the Discord. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the admin of the Discord. I work with Chris to run the Discord, everything on the back end. I help manage the pro investors and get as many lives set up for you guys as possible. And I help with any member issues. Outside of that, I started a AI tutoring business, and it's called Your Solution AI. So this is obviously completely free to you guys. I'm going to drop the recording for you. I'm going to drop the Google Slides to work along with it. But if anybody in here is actually interested in further AI training, feel free to scan this QR code on the right side of your screen. It'll take you to our website to sign up for the full week cohort program. And make sure when you're going through sign up, you use code ChrisSane and you're going to get 20% off of that sign up. What we do is it's a 4-week program. I think some of our previous students in here, KG, if you're still in here, I imagine they would like to hear your outlook on the program. But it's a 4-week program, 1 class per week. We have a WhatsApp chat where we give you that live 24/7 support as you're working through projects. Classes are about an hour long. We teach you from the very, very basics to creating a full project, like a side hustle that you're looking to start, maybe creating a website, logo, everything that goes into that. We've had people in their late teens go through our program, and we just had a 65-year-old man that went through our program and created his own website. So it's pretty cool. Again, just scan that QR code on the right. It'll take you right to our website, and make sure to use code Chrisane for 20% off. But with that being said, does anybody have any questions about the thesis class tonight?
I just want to say this has been very useful and helpful. Thank you.
Incredible. For sure, for sure. Thank you for showing
Yeah,
up
for
tonight. And
those,
thank you, everybody, for your time tonight.
Thank you,
yeah,
Zay. Always
Of
for those,
important.
course.
for those who are new to AI, I applaud you to
Thank you.
take the class. It's been the basis to my AI foundation. I'm advanced in building bots and all that stuff now, but I never touched AI really before took the class. So I applaud you to take it.
Appreciate that, KG.
Thank you. I learned a lot in a short amount of time.
For sure. Appreciate that, Kevin. I think someone in the chat said they have a question. Hang 10, you said you had a question? So you dropped it in the chat. I'm unable to find the deep research, so can someone help? Yeah. So let me go ahead and share my whole screen. You will start by going to ChatGPT. When you're on this screen right here, all you'll do is hit this plus button right here, and it'll have a drop down, and you can click deep research right there. So again, just sign on to ChatGPT, hit new chat, hit this plus button, and deep research right there. You create images, web search, add your photos and files, and manage all your connectors that you have access to. Lamont White, is this similar to core beliefs? I'm not familiar with what core beliefs is. But if you're referring to the AI class, I guarantee you we're better. We have 100 5-star reviews on Google. I like to think so. But regarding the thesis class, anybody have any more questions? Where can I see everything you dropped in Discord? As soon as I end this class, I'm gonna get the recording uploaded to YouTube, and I'll have Chris drop the link along with the PowerPoint slides. What were those tools you added to chat? So Jamichael, there is the deep research to create images that are already there by default, but you can also go on ChatGPT and go to plugins, and you can add certain connectors like your Gmail, Google Drive, Canva, Apple Music, Spotify, and do a whole bunch of cool different things with that. Cool. Any other questions?
No, I'm good. Hey, thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good one. All right, cool. Thank you, everybody, for spending your evening with me. I'm gonna look to be having more of these classes soon. I'm gonna evaluate some different things, see how AI can make everybody a better investor and a more intelligent investor. But for those of you who actually go through and use this PowerPoint and create a thesis, let me know in the off-topic chat and add me, as I'm very excited to see what you guys are able to come up with. But enjoy your night, and it being Thursday, the weekend's right around the corner. So everybody enjoy their weekend as well.
Thank you, you too.
All right, thank you. You as well.
Bye.